Yellowstone National Park. The world's first and oldest national park, Yellowstone is one of the most awe-inspiring wilderness areas on the planet. Huge herds of bison still roam free in the valleys, and the abundant wildlife includes grizzly and black bears, gray wolves, elk, antelope, swans, and majestic bald eagles. Established in 1872, the park is a geothermal wonderland. Hissing geysers, bubbling mud pots, and steaming hot springs formed its staggering landscape millions of years ago. Top tourist attractions here include the famous Old Faithful Geyser, Yellowstone Lake, and the Cascades of Lower Falls.
Number two, Grand Teton National Park. Grand Teton National Park is one of the jewels of Wyoming. These mountains in the state's northwest were formed millions of years ago when a fault in the Earth's crust buckled, creating 12 peaks reaching heights of more than 12,000 feet. Wildlife is abundant. More than 300 species of birds, 60 species of mammals, and many freshwater fish live within the park.
Number three, Hot Springs State Park, Thermopolis. Built around the world's largest single mineral hot spring, Hot Springs State Park is a great place to stop for a relaxing soak. The steamy mineral water gushing from the big spring is channeled into bathhouses and kept at a constant 104 degrees Fahrenheit. You can soak in the warm waters indoors at the state bathhouse or in two outdoor pools. Also in the area are hiking trails, summer flower gardens, and the Rainbow Terrace, where water from another stream tumbles into the Bighorn River. Look for the herd of bison grazing on the hill.
Number four, the Buffalo Bill Center of the West. The Buffalo Bill Center of the West retraces an important chapter of American history in a complex of five fascinating museums. In the Buffalo Bill Museum, you can view artifacts from the life of Buffalo Bill Cody, the legendary American soldier and showman. The Cody Firearms Museum contains a large collection of firearms from around the world. Wyoming wildlife and geology are the main themes of the Draper Museum of Natural History, and you can learn about the culture of the prairie's first inhabitants at the Plains Indian Museum through exhibits and a multimedia show. There is also the Whitney Gallery of Western Art with works by Frederick Remington, Charles Russell, and George Catlin, which continue the Wild West theme.
Number five, Fort Laramie National Historic Site. Once a private fur trading post, Fort Laramie became an important outpost serving pioneers emigrating west on the Oregon and California trails. The area was also a very important military post during the Plains Indian Wars. In 1938, President Roosevelt proclaimed the 214 acres of military reservation land a national monument. Your first stop should be the Visitor Center, where a short audio-visual presentation tells the story of the fort's history. Artifacts such as uniforms and weapons are also on display here. After the visitor center, a walking tour of the restored buildings brings the fort's fascinating history to life. See how the troops lived and ate by touring the barracks. You can also visit the officers' quarters, post office, general store, and medical quarters, among other restored buildings.
Number six, Devil's Tower National Monument. Rising more than 1,200 feet above Wyoming's eastern plains, Devil's Tower National Monument is a geological gem. The Devil's Tower Visitor Center details the geology of this flat top volcanic marvel and depicts the history and culture of the area through photos and exhibits. After exploring the monument, you can hike along 8 miles of nature trails. During the spring and early summer, abundant wildflowers create fantastic photo opportunities. Look out for the prairie dog colonies as you enter the site as well.
Number seven, Cheyenne. Cheyenne is the capital of Wyoming. Was once the largest outpost of the United States Cavalry. Today, the town's museums and historic sites tell the story of Cheyenne's beginnings in 1867 as a station on the Union Pacific Railroad. One of the town's top attractions is the Cheyenne Frontier Days Rodeo. The Late July Rodeo features 10 days of fun-filled festivities and is one of the best in the country. For a taste of the Wild West at other times of year, head to the Cheyenne Frontier Days, Old West Museum, with rodeo exhibits and antique horse-drawn wagons. Cheyenne's other top things to see include the Wyoming State Capitol Building, the Wyoming State Museum, with interactive child-friendly exhibits, and the historical railroad displays at the Cheyenne Depot Museum. Near the depot, look for the Big Boy locomotive, one of the largest steam engines ever built.
Number eight, Smith Mansion. In the heart of the Wapiti Valley is the Smith Mansion, Rumored to be built by a madman, Lee Smith's home is a random assortment of terraces and staircases, some that even seem to go nowhere. A project for his wife and children, the house at first looked fairly normal. Over time, Smith continued building, adding balconies, additional floors, and more. Smith eventually fell to his death while working on the house, which has sat empty since. His daughter has begun a prevention campaign to keep this unique and legendary home a part of the state's history.
Number 9, Hole in the Wall Hideout. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were real outlaws in the American West, and in Bighorn Mountains you can visit their infamous hideout. Beginning in the late 19th century, this area was a popular stop on the Outlaw Trail, used not only by Cassidy's Wild Bunch but also by the Logan brothers and Jesse James. The Hole in the Wall is a secluded and remote spot. As you might imagine, it's not easy to reach, even today. To reach it, you have to pass through an eroded hole in the wall mesa, then make a steep climb over loose rock to reach the top. From here, you have a 360-degree view of the pass. Absolutely no one can sneak up on you. Once accessible only on horseback, today you can take a paved road to the foot trail that will take you to the top.
10. Old Trail Town. Based on the town that Buffalo Bill and his associates established in 1895, the Old Trail Town is made up of a number of historical Western buildings that date back to between 1879 and 1901. The site is home to 26 buildings filled with historical artifacts, most of which were collected within 150 miles of Buffalo Bill's original settlement. Several grave sites have been relocated to the site as well, including that of mountain man Liver Eating Johnson.
Please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button or click on the frog icon on the video. Don't forget to click the bell to get notified of our future videos. And of course, please click on the thumbs up.
And remember, stay young and have fun.